sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Get your fucking life together. And I got Saf with me.
Yo, I'm in this dope building.
You know what I mean? Shout out to the building, but before that, let's shout out the owner and the proprietor of the situation, my guy Ave, man. What's up with you, bro?
You know who it is, man. Every Ave, man.
Yeah.
Ave, we up top with it.
That part,
I'm here with Sammie and Saf.
Yeah.
You already? What is the name of this building that we're in right now?
We are in Sound Genius Recordings. We in Glenside, Pennsylvania.
Right outside the city, 10-15 minutes outside the city.
5 minutes from uptown.
Yeah, like it ain't nothing to get here if you looking for somewhere to get good work done at.
Right.
But I want to say thank you for having us in your building. And one thing about Every Ave, I'm saying Ave for short, he one of ours. Like he one of us. You know what I mean?
Facts.
We ain't been around him like on a regular since he was way younger. But we've been watching you. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers had conversations about your progress all the time when we bump into each other and talk like how you was, like, yo, who you seen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And niggas always say that you and your brothers doing what y'all supposed to do out here. So I want to salute you on that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
But
Thank y'all.
as soon as we walked in here, you said something interesting that been on my brain. You said your first interface came from Z's, aka Mozart.
Almighty.
You know what I mean? The Almighty
out to
is. So how old was you when that happened?
I was 13 years old.
And where was your head at? You was already fucking with the music, or
My head was music and money. Like doing everything. I was running around doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to. I was the kid getting in trouble all of the time.
Right.
So me being able to do music like helped align me a lot better to do like the right decisions because it kept me in the crib. It made me lock in.
And I
Made me
think
just do the right thing.
I think he knew that. You know what I mean? I think he knew that y'all deserved a shot and that you and your brother could figure it out. I always put y'all together in that because I know that, you know, you were extension of him. You was brought into the fold, especially musically, through the way that we got it through him.
Right.
And it's just like I think he knew that one, y'all deserved a shot, and two, it'll slow up a whole lot of bullshit for y'all.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now y'all both are successful businessmen. Your brother in Georgia, you up here, which make it even crazier because y'all can shoot shit back and forth.
Yeah, we do. We do
that. Do
all
you?
day. We do that every day.
Because
That's
it's
love.
such a difference. I know music is one thing, but specifically like the demographics is different. So I'm sure y'all hear completely different things because of the locations.
Because
Running
of
through
the
your
gap.
spot.
It's like he's
Exactly.
690 miles away, so it's like the same artist that he working with though I work with because I fly out there, but like when I'm not there, people still call for me and they ask my input, so that make me that like glue it together even better. You feel me?
Right.
It's like it just bridged the gap.
But is the styles different from people from up here than people down there?
Yeah, because a long time ago, like up here where we at in Philly, we had the sound. This is where everybody wanted to sound like.
Absolutely.
Now down south got that sound. They got the game. Like they got Thug, they got Gunna, they got everybody. So it's like now we up here doing the same thing and mimicking, and it's like it's fun though at the same time. You know what I mean?
I feel
But,
like that's a
it's
dope
different.
part of the game, though. I feel like it was bound to happen. I feel like up north people just, we never had to mimic nobody else in hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just always seemed like, no, we ain't never gonna. But when something is lit, and especially when it catches the youth,
Right.
you know what I mean? That's going to translate some kind of way. They're going to put their spin on it. That's why drill music is running around, because there's people in every ghetto that feel that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But no, that's crazy because we know the regular sound from down south is different than our sound. But just to think about the fact that where he said that we're actually piggybacking directly from them, not so much just influenced by them. That's something
No,
really
but we
gotta
help
think
them
about.
get their
That's
bars
interesting. I
up
never
though,
thought about
because they don't be
Absolutely.
just saying anything now.
T.I. because he went to New York every summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it
Yeah, it's
G.
like we always it's a part of culture.
Yeah.
We all here to help each other, because the same way that we got pit on from people down south and up here, so it's like it's just one big family for real. The culture is like a family considered, minus all of the dumb stuff that's happening, you know. But
No, I think that's how it should
Culture.
be. And I think a lot of times the city get a bad rep for like not helping each other, not working together. But if you in the city with the intention on really reaching out and building with motherfuckers, it's people out here doing dope shit together where we could build up some momentum to where motherfuckers might want to follow us again the same way that they was when, you know what I mean, you started out.
true.
We could get that back. It ain't
True.
about nothing. Like,
I come across kids all of the time, young folks, kids, and they all want guidance. They all ask me questions about Pro Tools, and they put me right in a position that Z's was 110. You feel me? Like Z's is still into this day. He still probably come across people that he'd do anything for, and because he's just a genuine guy. But like I come across people all day that just need guidance, and it's even easier nowadays to be thrown off because everybody got their phones in their hands. We fall more gullible, or the younger folks is falling gullible to stuff that's out here. It's easier to get into dumber shit.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you
Part
this.
of my language. Can I curse on her?
No,
You got-
please curse.
My fault.
So 13 is a real tender age, right? And so like I feel like that was like you said, the beginning, I guess, of your career.
13 is like that age when you're a boy.
It is.
But I was taking computers and all that apart and stuff like that at 10 years old, 9 years
Okay,
old.
so that's actually getting
So
to
we
my
used to get
question.
our computers from Salvation Army and stuff like that. You feel me? So I would take 2 different computers and make 1 computer and stuff like that. And
So that was my
jumping
I didn't know
question.
what I was doing, but like I knew what I was
That was
doing.
actually my question. At what age did you actually begin being involved in those type of things? Like, and that, like,
I want to tell
So-
y'all something. My grandma might be mad. It's like I was always like engineer minded. You feel me? Like I used to take not computers, the little toy cars, the remote control cars. And I used to take the battery out of it and the motor and make a tattoo gun, and I'd be tattooing myself because I like doing art, and I was doing people tattoos at 14 and stuff like that. So I always was like type like my uncle Smoke would be like. He'd come
Shout
through
out
on
to
the yeah, my uncle Smoke.
Shout out
Shout out
Smoke.
Smoke, Uptown Smoke,
Yeah.
full of smoke.
Yeah.
But he'd come through on the mopeds, the motor scooters.
Yeah.
And I asked him to ride his joint one day, and he was like, "No." He said he came back the next week and he saw me out front with a scooter trying to connect a motor to it and make my own joint. Like it was like I always been like that, and I really should have saved that for him to say. But like, as you're asking me these questions, this was sparking my brain.
No, real shit. No, that's your story to tell because it's crazy. Because I remember the little bikes that Smoking them used to have. I remember Gates smacked out one of them jaws, and he was just confused. Like, how did you break out with this? No, that's hilarious though. But like being disruptive, like see, like that's looked at as disruptive to somebody that doesn't understand what you're trying to accomplish because you taking shit apart.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And
My grandma used to always say we
you're
was
not
destructive.
certified to fix that.
She used to always say we was destructive when we tried to do something like
But
that.
my thing used to be my bikes. I used to have 4 or 5 different bikes, from mountain bikes to freestyle bikes, whatever. I'd be switching up shit with the handlebars here, dude, just because I could, and I figured out how to change the brake lines and stuff without fucking them up. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I used to just do it to do it. And then there was a time where you wanted to have a small front tire and a big back tire.
Yeah.
And I hooked niggas up with that. You know what I mean? And that was my thing. But to my mom that bought that bike 3-4 years ago, and
She
she
ain't
looking
going
at
for
it in
that, like-
pieces. She like, this bitch better be back together. Like real
Yeah, I
rap.
ain't
But
about
don't
to
ask
see
me
you
for
go.
another bike.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I was that way, but not with technology. I wasn't never good with computers.
Yeah, I was just inquisitive. I used to take my toys apart because I wanted to know like what was inside them, but I never wanted to put them back together. I just wanted to know like, but I was more inquisitive of like
See,
the fabrics, the product. No, but it was more like the fabrics. Like I stretch Armstrong. Like I wanted to know why he stretched. Like what was inside to make him stretch. Like things like
When I
that.
built this
Like,
building, somebody told me that because I had to tear some walls down. They was like, "Yo, the first thing you do is when you tear it down, don't break it all apart and break
look
it in
at the
pieces.
wall.
Look at how they put it together.
Yeah,
as you're taking
exactly.
it apart,
That's
so
what I
you
used to
know how
do.
put it back.
That's solid
Shout out to
advice.
Marty FDA. You know,
That's solid
Shout out.
advice,
That's big
yo.
bro.
Yeah.
That make all the sense in the world for real. And I don't, you know what I mean? I ain't never built no walls, but that makes sense to me.
yeah.
But that's what I used to do with my toys. Like I never put them back together. I mean, I never put them back together, but I wanted to see what they were made of, what made them so unique, what made them do these things that was so different.
But dig what we just talked about in the first few minutes of this, right? He already was who he was
At 10.
at 9-10 years old.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Even from taking shit apart and dealing with technology the certain way that he do, you figuring out these programs and doing all that, you also built the building. Not the building, but the studio section and
Right.
the lounge part of this building was you tearing shit up and putting it back together.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's amazing, like, if, for instance, like, if you didn't have a Z's that gave you that interface. You see what I'm saying? What else would you have been tearing up as opposed to you could have been building?
My high school teacher brought me my first microphone.
Dope.
I was cutting class one day, and I went, and he was like one of my favorite teachers.
Yeah,
I
you
can't.
was destined
I was
to
walking.
do
I was cutting class because I ain't like the class I was about to go to, not because I like cutting class. It was like the teacher I was going to. He always on some racist type shit. Like he would just say shit.
I
and
went through that shit.
I'd rather be in a hall reading my book. I'd be doing homework for my other classes and stuff like that. But I walked into one of my other teachers that banged with me class. And he was on eBay. That's when eBay first came out. He was looking at motorcycles or some shit. I was like, yo, look up studio microphones. And I was like, damn, I want that John. He brought that shit. He was a
Damn.
white man. Like,
Heavy.
I mean,
No, shout out to good teachers, man, because I say all the time, my homies that's teachers and coaches, you motherfuckers is invaluable.
Absolutely.
it was at Martin Luther King High School. I forget his name, but I'm gonna find out his name one day.
No, you definitely got shot him a holler and let him know that you built a business off of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He would love to hear that shit. And
I'm
for all
sure.
we know, we don't know what shape or what portion of his life he in right now.
Yeah.
That might be what he need to hear.
God bless him for
You
real.
know what I mean? You might could do for him what he did for you just by telling him that.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's like, bro, you literally had a lot of little angels just dropping in on you to keep you focused to where you at now. I love hearing this shit.
Shout out my mom.
Yeah, absolutely.
My
salute.
mom brought me all
Absolutely.
my first equipment. Like
All
when I
of
was
that
younger,
shit.
I ain't want like when she used to give me money and all of that. Cause my mom still gave me money. I still had a mom. You feel me? Like she would give me
Yeah,
bread.
let's not
And the only
forget
thing
about
I would
mom.
ask for was like recording equipment. I was like, don't buy me no sneaks. I'm gonna go out and get the sneaks. I'll do whatever I'm gonna do. Get some sneaks and all that. And I just wanted equipment because it cost so much money. I can't like. That shit. She would just give me the bread for it. I was stacking.
How old were you at this point?
I was 12, 13, around the time that Z's gave me everything just came at
Lined
once.
up.
It was
Same
like
time.
a package deal. You feel me?
But that
Like,
was the thing about when he gave y'all the interface. It's like, well, what they gonna do with it? He like, they got everything else, I think.
yeah.
He said, but Stack know where I'm at. Like,
As days came, it was like more stuff was being added on. And I would go up there. Z's would let me sit up under him and watch what he was doing, and it just all made. It ain't make sense to me back then what was happening, but it makes sense now,
Right.
Because I ain't see the play coming together, but God did His thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
nah, real shit. I
That's
mean,
what's
even when it comes down to what we do, whether it's professionally or in entertainment or with her magazine, she got On the Scene magazine. A lot of these things. No, we're gonna get to that in a second. I'm gonna let her tell you, but I ain't gonna tell that story. That's her story.
My fault.
But just with those things, it's like I didn't never think I'd be in media. I kind of always wanted to rap, but I never really pursued being a rapper either. You know what I'm saying? Like even when we was all in the studio, I wasn't really rapping. I would
Yeah.
freestyle with niggas, and then when they push record, I'd be recording the shit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I
be-
remember.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like I wasn't. But now when I look up and I see everything, all of that, just like the stories you given, it all culminates to right where I'm at right now, and I feel like I'm doing something right, even if it's just for now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But to your magazine point.
Oh, well, yeah, to my magazine point. So I'm the editor and publisher of On the Scene magazine, which is a positive platform digital magazine. Like, we're inundated with negative information. So I'm a fourth generation editor and publisher. So my dad had a newspaper, his dad had a newspaper, his dad had a newspaper. But they were all their publications were dedicated to like positivity and like a positive influence.
Okay.
In our community.
And yeah, absolutely,
Specifically our
absolutely community involvement, absolutely. And enrichment. So what I do is I publish a positive platform which it gives off encouragement, enlightenment, resources. We talk about jobs, grants, funding. It's also sprinkled with entertainment. So we say we have edutainment. So it's everything from education to entertainment. That's me and Kay little thing we
Okay.
talk about.
Edutainment.
Shout out to Kay.
It's okay.
Yeah, so it's my passion and my purpose. So it's so interesting that you said that because I grew up in it. Like I was literally working for my dad since I was 6. And so I knew I was going to be in this. Actually, I didn't know I was going to be this, to be honest. I was working on my whole life. I stepped away for like 5 or 10 years and sitting next to this dude telling him how much it was still my passion and purpose, and I didn't realize it was my calling, but I was just saying how much I like want to do certain things that was regarded to this. And he kind of gave me like the Nike Jones and just told me just do it. And from there on I really did it and haven't
But
turned back.
Sav is so ambitious, and I never said this before when the story come up because we speak about her platform all the time as we should. But she wasn't just talking about this platform. She was trying to fucking revamp her dad joint and start her shit at the same time, bro. Which is fucking crazy to be somebody. She's a young adult. She has to work a regular job all the time. You got a dad that's been in this field for eons of years that probably don't even need or want but so much input from you unless he needs you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, what you need to do is isolate. But you got to do it. You know what I mean? But she was trying to take over the world with the pen, and it was just like, as soon as you figure out how you want to go about it, if you want to dedicate 5 years to your pop joint first, or if you want to just say, you know what I mean, but you can't do both at the same time to that way. And when she figured out her scheduling of how to it went from I want a full magazine to I want to insert in another magazine till I get it big enough to make a full magazine. So we started talking about digital. Like we talked through the whole all of that. But
Right.
it never was. It never was off of the table. It was just how was she going to do her thing,
Right.
and if she was going to do her and her dad thing.
Yeah.
But I respected it because I'm like, man, my pop got a barbershop. I can't cut hair for shit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? He taught me when I was young, so I know how, but I'm not sharp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, eventually we just gonna have to sell that motherfucker.
No, cause you just can't cut hair though.
I mean, I could sharpen up if I had some time.
All right,
I could sharpen up because it's the family business. So my grandfather actually taught me. My grandfather and my uncle taught me how to cut.
Okay.
My father got mad.
Okay.
Because he didn't want me to be a barber. He wanted me to go to school to do some other shit where I ain't got to stay on my feet all day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is understandable. So that kind of like deterred me away from pursuing it because I didn't want to keep arguing with him over the shit. But my grandfather and my uncle knew that I needed a skill. You know what I mean? Just like if they was plumbers, it's like whether you do it or not, you going to know how to fix your sink.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like that kind of thing. So that's why I say I know how to do it because I was taught by the best.
Right.
You know what I mean? They didn't, between my dad, my uncle, and my grandfather, they taught all the
If
West
it came
Philly
down
how
to
cut.
it, you gonna do it.
Yeah, but
it
as
came
far
down
as
to
being
it.
sharp, you get a nigga nice for the club or the wet, and I ain't
It ain't
really,
happening.
I ain't really trying to play with nobody's dreams like that. Not right now, but I mean, I really know the science behind it. I watched it my whole life. I grew up in barbershops. You know what I mean? Like that was the babysitter.
You probably know how to operate though. Even if you
That's
don't
what
know how
I
to
was
cut.
thinking. That's
I know the
exactly what I was going
business.
to say.
I know the business, but
You
one thing I know
inherited
about
something.
business is you kind of got to be there, and you don't want to be there as an overseer. You kind of want to be somewhere in between, to where like you working beside them, but you still the boss. You don't want to just sit there and watch people cut hair all day.
Right.
It creates the wrong environment, the
Yeah.
wrong energy.
Perception.
And if you're not doing something else actively, like say if I had another business and I was just in my office doing my thug fizzle and they was doing their thing, that's different. But when all you got to do is watch the money go in and out, that shit turned into a strip. It don't feel right. It's not a barbershop environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I'm always conscious of when
Like
if
you
it
lose
ever
your
comes
touch.
down to me having to make the decision of how I would go about it. I would want to make sure that it was in a position where I let professionals do their fucking job and I create an environment where we can make the most out of our situation. I don't never want it to feel like that fat guy that owns the beauty salon that sits in there and ogles the girls all day.
Yeah.
You know them dudes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like his truck out front all day, don't go nowhere.
Right.
It's like that's drawn. They
Yeah, that's
women. They
funny.
want to talk. They love hip hop shit or whatever. Or they might want to talk some Kamala shit, but they
Yeah.
don't want you all down their throat the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
When they come in looking like a 5 and walk out looking like an 8, they want you to see the 8.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
feel you.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's like a certain respect that I have for that
I never thought of
that
it. like
realm.
You just put me somewhere different with that.
it's like studio etiquette. A lot of people could not be an engineer.
Right.
Having to
Or
listen
producer.
or a producer to have to listen to motherfuckers' feedback, or to have to deal with certain attitudes and personalities
Right.
is a motherfucker. Like it's a gift.
I don't know though. For me, it was like, you know how people got that engineering thing about themselves, and engineers get talked to any kind of way. I never get talked to any kind of way. I think because when I work with artists, they already respect me on a certain level. They respect my work that they heard, or however I come across the artist I be working with. Whether it's, say you brought me an artist, it's like you gonna tell somebody, yo, this is my man. Like he good at
Absolutely.
this shit. This nigga mixing engineering and everything crazy. They gonna have a certain amount of respect for me. When you go into other engineers, like it's just up in the air sometimes. You
Now,
feel me?
but
I
y'all
can't
deal
speak
with
for it,
high level people.
But
all the
I wasn't
time.
always dealing with high level people.
But
So
what I'm
even
saying
when I was
is,
like
you haven't ran into nobody snooty that was up already. Like never, because
a couple times, but I mean I had to check a couple of people because
because it happens.
that's not me. I'm not an engineer. I engineer.
Right.
I'm not an engineer. I'm
No,
not
I'm a
the
producer.
mindset that come with it. Like
Yeah.
I'm really in the world with you. Like
Right.
I do the same stuff as maybe
an artist
as you,
too.
or like, yeah, I'm an artist too. But like I got a respectable life
Mm-hmm.
style that I live. So it's like
Let me ask y'all this. Do you think, because I'm not an artist, I'm not a music artist, so let me ask y'all, do you think that artists are entitled when it comes to maybe producers and engineers?
I think that if somebody's entitled, it goes across the board. If you remember the conversation we had with Frankie,
I knew you was going to bring up Frankie. Yes.
Frankie Storm.
Frankie Storm,
she wrote
amazing.
a bunch of shit.
Please
She wrote
don't stop the music. Yes,
for Rihanna.
it's one, but she wrote a lot of stuff. J-Lo, Enrique Iglesias, exactly.
Yeah, that's
Sierra, yes.
She's from
That's
Philly.
heavy.
She
She is?
Philly, yeah.
What's her name?
Frankie
West Philly.
Storm.
Frankie Storm.
Yeah, I'll tag you on her page. But she was talking about, mind you, she's wrote biggest records for Rihanna, and she said she didn't say no names, but she said she ran into a personality of somebody that she was supposed to write for, and everything that she suggested, they shot down. So she went into the hallway, got a guy that they respected, told him to just come in and sit in. And he kind of seen what was going on, so everything that she suggested, he co-signed, and they went with it.
No, she said she told him. He said it. No, she told him to say what to say.
Oh, she told him what to say.
And then they went for it.
And said it, and they went for it. But it's the same shit I said.
Yeah.
It's just you don't respect me because I'm this little girl.
And that's how it is.
In your eyes, and you this. But at the end of the day, you ain't got a record big as me.
So the point with...
But you as an artist still don't got a big record big as me as a writer.
No, right?
That's crazy.
So the point I was trying to make with that too was
Let's
that...
make a bomb.
I love that vibe. Everybody always say they love working with me, not because of anything they heard before from me. I'm talking about people that just
what you provide.
You got good energy
that I
Yeah.
never worked with before. People be like, yo, I love working with you, yo.
Yeah.
I never worked with nobody like you before. People say that to me.
So the point I was trying to bring with that was that I feel like people should understand that it's like a reciprocity. Like they need you as much as you need them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I was just wondering if that was something that you guys see.
And sometimes I need that motherfucker more. I ain't gonna lie.
Your product can't get out without
sometimes
them.
I need that motherfucker
like you acapella out this joint. Like I'm just
a lot
saying.
of the times it's 50-50. Sometimes it's 70-30. Sometimes I'm bringing 20. And it's not intentional, but if you the producer, you gonna create the energy. When I go in there, let's say we trying to take it there. We doing something we ain't never did before. You trying out a sound that you think fits me.
Yeah.
When I get in that booth, I still need you to get that shit right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not necessarily as 50-50 as it might be when I'm already comfortable with what I'm doing and you just gotta tweak your part.
The biggest gift I acquired was somebody accepting my opinion or asking my opinion. When every time I work with somebody asks me, how do you feel about that?
Bro, I'm asking
I work my whole
time.
life for somebody to ask me that question.
If I feel like
Because
I killed it, I'm like, yo, what y'all think? Yo,
Yeah.
what you think?
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm
my
gonna give
biggest
you the
pet
honest
peeve
joint. I'm
is
gonna tell
if
you
I
how I
say
feel.
what you think and niggas wasn't listening. Get the fuck out, yo.
Yeah.
But my engineer is listening. But I mean, like, even the entourage, I don't give a fuck what's going on.
Yeah.
When I say, yo, y'all heard that? What you think?
Yeah.
And it's crickets.
I need feedback, yo.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that arrogant. And that's not how shit gets done. That's not conducive to maintaining a certain level of quality.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
100% right.
But one thing, and like you said, people like working with you. I've enjoyed, since we've been in here, the hospitality that you've shown us since we pulled up.
Absolutely.
But this is coming from somebody that know you as a young man, and I'm looking like, I appreciate the man he's grown into. You see what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate that.
And that's real shit. No, that's real shit. I appreciate the man you grown into.
I still look up to y'all because even with everything you got going on, it's like I'm sipping with Sammie now. And tomorrow not promised. So to see everything that you're doing right now, even South, like I may not remember you all the way, but like just being able to be back around you is like a great opportunity.
I appreciate
It's like I tell people all the time, whether you know it or not, y'all family.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I tell people when they meet Saf, when Lady Caution met Saf, I said, y'all sisters already. Y'all just
And
don't
we've
know
been
each
sisters
other.
ever since.
You know what I mean? And you got to carry, like, it's kind of like what you said about when somebody brings somebody to you when they say, no, this is my folk, he this, that, and third.
Right.
Like, when I introduce you, I'm introduce you like you supposed to be introduced.
Yeah, I grew
like,
up
yo,
under them.
I fuck with you, so y'all fuck with each other regardless.
Bills, Sammie, Z's, my brother Morel, Coop, I'm talking about everybody.
And Coop got fire, too.
I know.
Coop can rap, yo.
I know. Luch. I'm talking about everybody.
Luch.
All of that
I remember
shit.
Luch.
I'm talking about
Luch used to be with me all day smoking.
everything that transpired from us just being young and doing that. Like I was always the youngest though. Everybody I was always around. I was the youngest.
But you used to get
Everybody
announced.
just kept me focused. Like
You don't even know, like when you used to leave the studio and I pull up later, Z's would be like, yo, I had Stack little brother here with me earlier, you know what I mean? Like he used to like he was excited about y'all, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that shit just wasn't like, yo, I got extra Pro Tools boxes. He could have gave that shit to anybody.
I know.
You know what I mean? But this the same nigga that Swiss gave an MP to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
paying it.
this is how we supposed to operate.
Paying
This
it
is how
forward.
I run around. This is how she run
And
around.
I gave
now.
that same inbox to somebody.
Somebody else, and they made use of it until they could upgrade their situation.
Correct.
And mind you, this is a box that was a little old when he got it,
And that joint worked wonders.
but it was one of the best. It was one of the best versions of the program that they had put out. The next few versions was kind of fucked up, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
It was, and I ran with that version for like 10 years.
No,
I
real
think.
shit.
Real rap. Not 10 years, probably like 5.
But you ran with that, John.
No, but
That's
they
the
drop
point.
versions every 11 months.
I know. I know.
So,
I know.
Like the iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for him to keep
So you
something,
got the good one.
that's how. Damn, I remember everything. I was
I
right.
just don't. Can I get some more?
Hi. This is Juice from Elevated Entertainment. Is this Font Production?
Hi, this is Kay with Font Production.
I am calling because I like to get some information on getting my business in order.
Okay, let's see what you have already. Do Do you have an LLC?
I do not.
Cool. Is your name already trademarked?
I think that is something I would like to get trademarked. I didn't even think about that.
Awesome.
I will be, and I do have a few artists that I work with, and I need to make sure that all of their business is taken care of and their music is covered legally.
Okay. Do you have those registered with a pro?
I do not.
What about your songs? Are they copyrighted?
One does, the others don't, but this is the reason why I'm calling, because it's time for me to get all of those things in order, and it seems like you do all of them.
I certainly do.
One-stop shop.
Absolutely. Let's get started.
I love it.
I've learned.
This is
Bro,
good
grab it.
vibes.
Can you reach it?
I love these people I'm in here with. Thank you, God.
Love you too, bro. And that's what I'm
Yes, love you
saying.
back.
Like,
It's good vibes.
even if you look at like, I look at what came out of that apartment building, that duplex that we used to be in.
Which
like,
one? We was in a lot of apartments with it. We was out the
I'm
closet
talking about
with a lot
the
of
original, the joint with Z's when we first
Right.
got with
ones.
Z's.
That's not
Or
gorgeous.
Philolina.
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 On the corner.
That joint, you got Mark, you got you got Son, it's Z's, there's a me, there's a Sophia. City Lights is not, he's been back to rapping lately. He's not really in the entertainment realm, but he's still a successful, you know what I mean, dope
Right.
individual. Like when you look at what came out of that, bro, the song with Son of the 215, who was D Bills at the time for the people.
Shout out D.
Shout out to my guy. The song that he has with Freeway is produced by Z's.
Yes.
That's
And it's
heavy.
a banger.
Ain't
And
this
shout out
crazy?
Free.
You see what I'm saying?
Shout out to
Free
Free.
too, yo.
Definitely Freezer.
So 15 years more after we had our situation, Z's wound up in a position. They wound up getting together. They wound up making something that's classic for the city together, even though they not, you know what I mean? He not still Z's artist,
Right.
quote unquote, anymore. It's like just those relationships don't go nowhere. And the fact that we can meet, you know how you say, see you at the top?
Right.
I feel like I'm watching niggas just crisscross to
All
it.
of us.
all of
All
us.
of
So we
us.
get there,
And it's
and
beautiful.
This is a representation
It
of that.
is.
It is. It's
You
very
know what I
beautiful.
mean?
I feel it.
Yeah.
It's a very
Absolutely.
beautiful thing, and I ain't even mad at it, man.
No, I
That's
love
how
that
it's supposed
shit.
to be.
Love that shit. When I heard Mozart,
Yes.
I was like, oh, and it's a
Yeah.
Z's
And it
beat.
took you back, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
That's full circle for Son.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm sure you having a lot of moments right now. Shout out to him. Salute to the
Absolutely.
fucking tour and everything y'all got
Yeah,
going
Freedom
on.
Thinkers. Shout out
But
to them.
you want to
Sure.
talk about
Shout out
somebody
to
that deserve everything he get? We watched him, man. We watched him be one of the illest niggas
Son of
uptown
the 215.
since he was a kid.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And
Yep.
it ain't easy to be one of the illest niggas from uptown.
It's
You
not.
can look at the industry now. We running around everywhere.
Absolutely.
If you on the Philly scene,
And Bills was always a lyricist. He was always a poet.
he
Yo.
was Lil Nas.
Yeah, we go so far. Like, so I wrote his first bio. So that's
Yeah.
I was definitely
Mhm.
like I wrote his first bio. For
She
him.
wrote his
Big
first
thing.
bio. She made the first letterhead for COE when we started the
I
label and
remember all
shit.
that.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
her.
it. I got a
Yeah.
good. I still got. I still got a lot of stuff. I still got a lot of music from back there.
I still got
All
a
the
bunch of CDs.
I'm a hoarder with
Yeah.
stuff. Like my brother called me Lenny S because I be taking all the pics. I got mad pics that everybody be like, "Yo,
Are you
got
serious?
this pic?"
Yeah, I see all that stash
Yeah.
like somewhere.
That's
That's
I
crazy.
probably got a
too.
pic with Michael Jackson somewhere. It's like,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, I dig it. I absolutely dig it. Absolutely dig it.
It's
No.
crazy because I was just
That's my
listening to
man.
something on the way up here. They was talking about Michael. That's vicious.
We was just talking about Mike. 'Cause
Oh,
you brought up Mike in here too. So shout
Yeah.
out to Mike. Whenever I hear Mike or Mike's song or bring up Mike, like I feel like my brother passed away, but he loved Mike, so I feel like my brother is like around. So it's kind of, and he loved music too. So it's kind of like for me, this was kind of like a little moment.
Her brother one of them big intimidating dudes until he smile. You know how like a nigga.
His demeanor don't change.
Yeah, you know how like a
His
nigga
demeanor.
just walk up and you be like, God damn, it's a big young boy. Then he smile, you be like, oh yeah, you guys, he not a killer. Like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
her brother like really one of them. Like if he put the face on, cause he, you know, he wasn't no sucker. So there was times he put his goonery on, but he was just one of them dudes that, like, for him to be such a fan of Michael Jackson make all the sense in the world. You see what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't he? Because he wasn't
He
tripping.
just broke that down.
Yeah, he ain't tripping. That nigga like, that's my nigga.
Everybody like Mike.
He
Everybody
did.
like Mike.
His name was Bear.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, man. Rest in
Shout out to
peace.
my brother.
Mm.
I
Rest in
drink
peace
to
my
that.
brother.
You say
Absolutely.
it was. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take another sip.
Yep.
Oh, this is
Now,
great.
when it comes down to being somebody that's been in the mix for music since you was 13, in a real way, because when you somebody that could produce the shit and not just rap or sing, it's different.
Right.
What were
Right.
the moments for you? Like, where's the highlights? What was there certain sessions, certain people, certain acknowledgments that you came across that was like, yo, a milestone
Yeah,
type moment?
a lot of them.
You said a lot of them.
To me,
A lot
yeah,
of
a lot
them.
of them, a lot of them.
Speak to some of them. I love these stories.
You know, it's a record label in On Deck it's called On Deck Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I ran that record label. I was put in a position that was like later on, but like this is when I was working with Quilly. I still do. That's my boy.
Yeah, about to say,
Shout
I
out to
know
Quilly.
you and Quilly tight. Yeah.
I know it. You know, it's a lot going on, but like he a great artist. You know,
Nigga can rap.
he helped put me in position, so I could never take that. I'm going to say that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But even working with him, like we had some great moments, and On Deck Entertainment was like it helped change my life even more. It, you know what I mean? So it gave me the
Level up.
opportunity to work with a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out E, shout out Red, shout out Spade-O. I work with
Word.
like all legends.
Yeah.
Like from Beanie Siegel to Freeway. Oskino, you know what I mean? Like all
This
of
why I
those are
gotta get him to
highlights.
tell
That's
these
just
stories,
Philly.
'cause
That's just Philly.
he humble. He not gonna get us
Bianca,
up unless I
Dutch,
bring it out.
I work, you know, Bump, Major Figures, the whole Major Figures, Ab Lava.
Yep.
And I love all of them, you feel me? Because they all gave me a representation of like an important factor to help me just push everything further, even the motivation, the phone calls, whatever. Wallo.
So you a little
Everybody.
younger. So you did this after. Did you do Major Figures as
I
a
was-
group, or you was doing it as individuals, like Dutch by
I ain't gonna
itself?
lie, I ain't gonna go like they were supposed to have a reunion joint. I recorded
Okay. That was my
Major
point.
Figures reunion. You feel me? Like it's a reunion. They might still do it, and I want it to happen. That's the only reason I'm speaking on it. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah,
I'm not
me
proud-
too. I wanted to happen too.
Because we
I feel
fighting
like
for
the
that.
Major Figures like changed like pushed Philly
Absolutely.
forward. Like, you feel
Bro,
me?
that's
I told
how
Dutch
the
I
business
still
when
got
we
my
was
red and black
playing
CD.
U-ball and all that
Yeah.
shit. When we was on the vans and shit, I was
Yeah.
playing. We was playing the figures. And
Yo,
yeah.
I told Dutch I still got my red and black CD. He like, Sonny, I need to sign that joint for you. Like,
Yo,
I ain't gonna lie,
Peanut-
I ain't know too much about the Major Figures until I worked with them.
Peanut
Like, not
made
too
me a
much
beat
of 'em.
before and put it on a cassette tape and was like, "That's yours." Like that's crazy.
That's
like,
different, yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean? Like
different.
back them days, like niggas was around, but they did something for the city. And Dutch just put out a dope project, and he got
did.
another
Yeah, he
dope
did.
one about to drop.
Absolutely.
That song I was singing.
What's that
earlier.
other joint he got with Conway? He got
Yeah,
a joint with Conway.
Numbers.
That joint, numbers is hard.
Yeah.
Shout out Dutch, man.
And it's running
Shout out
up.
to
So
that.
salute to him because he made his resurgence with grace.
Oh, shout out
Absolutely.
Bump.
You know
I
what I
worked
mean?
down Mayhem Recording Studios too.
Bump was one of my favorites in the figures.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, whenever them acapella joints used to come on them, you
Yeah.
said you wasn't really into it till you worked with them. But they used to always be.
I can't say I wasn't into him. I didn't really know too much.
Know
only
too
thing
much.
only thing I knew was that's us because that
Yeah.
was like the
Yeah, that's
biggest
what I mean.
thing.
Right.
But when it used to be an acapella on like every mixtape where Bump would just rap fast as fuck, and he used to be killing it. But when he would rap fast, he's still a Philly nigga, so it's not like Twister. It's like it was pauses and breaks and laughs, and you know what I mean, like all of that. And it used to just be like this nigga just the flavor was just you could feel it, like this nigga could rap.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bump was one of my favorites, bro.
Bump still got it too.
I
Absolutely.
bet.
Yo, he hot.
Bro, you don't
Bro,
lose
he's
that
still
shit,
hot.
man. When you got it like that,
Yeah, to be legendary, you gotta be legendary.
if
bro.
you
I ain't
on
gonna lie.
120, even if you slow down, you doing 85. Niggas ain't hit 60 yet.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know what I'm talking about when it
Yeah.
come to artists.
Yeah.
When it come to like ability
Facts.
and being versatile too, because that's something that a lot of people is late to figure out. They wait until they
Being
catch
versatile.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being versatile is very important. I was just having that conversation with somebody earlier because it give you the position to be outside of the box. Like your comfortability is not an important factor when you're trying to make it. Like everything on the outside of you being comfortable is important.
Your
Will
comfortability.
Smith said something like that.
Your
too.
comfortability is your neighborhood as your audience.
Uh,
Outside of the box is the world. Outside of your neighborhood is the world.
right.
Now you can find other pockets that feel like your neighborhood,
Right.
but the world is outside of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Some
Like,
people
literally.
don't understand that. Some people it's kind of like what the big fish in the little pond and the small fish in the big pond.
Yeah.
I'll give you a
Yeah.
music
That's a good-
example.
That's a good.
Look at
analogy.
reggaeton and Afro beats. Why are they so big? Because the majority of the world come from that drum.
Yeah,
that drum.
absolutely,
That's here.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Majority of the people, no matter what country you in, wherever people is migrating can migrate to, they have a heavy Spanish, Latino, whatever population, and we like the shit.
Right.
Right.
For real.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
That's
I
because
got
of the origination, like you said, it's the origin of it all.
I got 2 songs that's reggaeton dembo joints. Z's produced them. You know what I mean? With Candelo and Butter out of Yonkers.
I was at the show.
remember that.
I was at the show, the last show Bill just had.
Mhm.
And what was the young boy that was performing?
Which
Where was
one?
he from? Short young boy. His wrist was bust down. Short young boy, he was singing.
Damn.
And he had somebody else singing with him.
Did he have hair?
He had like a curly top.
Oh
Crazy
damn!
cut.
I don't know. I gotta figure it out.
He had a lot
I
of people from out of town that
I know what night we got
He
the
was
footage
like
from
African
that night.
or something like that.
Was it? I was about to say
The young boy,
that's why I asked if
short
he
young
had
boy.
hair.
Keto.
Kilo.
Kilo.
Kello.
Yeah.
Brown
Like,
skin. He
he
got
was
the joint.
tough.
Pretty brown eyed girl.
Where is he
Yeah,
from?
that joint tough. Like,
He not from here, though, is he?
Bro, I've seen him turn out a
That's what I'm
room
saying. Like,
full of like artists and
Tough.
goons.
Is
with
that
song.
what genre is that? Is that an Afro? Or
That's
that's R&B, but like
it's R&B, but it's a Caribbean vibe to
like
it.
It reminds me
eccentric.
of like Tim's and Wizkid, like
Yeah,
that
But it's
genre.
still-
But I don't know what that's
but
called.
it
That's
still
what I'm
got
saying, whatever that
rhythm.
genre
Without
is.
having
Because
the bass,
even-
it still got, without having that knock, it still got
It
that.
still has that vibe.
Yeah.
And it's like it feels like what you supposed to move to.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's
Like
what you
you
mean by
supposed
here.
to exactly, bro. And that's what be so crazy about this shit. It's like and like we've been in boot camp with this music shit. We've
Right.
been under motherfuckers that really is about
Right.
this shit that yo, you don't hear that?
Real rap.
Yo, what's that?
Because before I was earning from it, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I loved it, when I was
That's
doing this
what I
shit,
was
when I loved
saying.
it, it was like I was doing it for free, and my ear was really in tune, and it's still
Mm-hmm.
in tune today. How like I'm not making money off of it. You feel me? Like I work the same way. Like I'm not making money off of
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
it. So it's like it keep me focused.
Mm-hmm.
It keep me deciphering from what is what. Like what's the hottest shit and what's the corniest shit. The weakest shit gotta go. Every bar gotta be back to back hot. If that shit ain't back to back hot,
Can't waste none.
You
yeah,
gotta be
we off it.
intentional.
Like, yeah.
You gotta be intentional. The
Yeah.
level of motherfuckers that's able to plug in and record something and be good is
Yeah.
at an all-time high.
Facts.
So you got to know what your purpose is. Like, and like you said, when it comes to being versatile, you're not gonna go as hard on every record. But that's where Fab benefited from.
Right.
That's why Fab had longevity, because the way Fab raps, he should never
Shout
be
out
on
Fab.
mainstream shit.
Right.
But every time he got on some mainstream shit, and we met him, the mainstream
was-
met him through Superwoman, the hood met him
Right.
through Clue Tapes.
Right.
But you know what I mean? When he bounced on a chick song,
Yeah.
but he still was so Brooklyn and so
Yeah.
swaggy. Like that's the balance. Like you can't find your balance unless you take it there.
Right.
You gotta take it there. And we still talk about him being the flyest in the industry till this day. You know why? He's still getting them bags.
Yeah.
Them fucking designers is still sending him packages.
Right.
He's as relevant as he ever was.
He never
right
stopped
now.
working.
And that show was sold out. Wasn't that show we went to right before COVID?
Right, the last show.
Literally,
before COVID.
last show before COVID, we
was
went
for
to a Fab
Fab.
show, yeah. And that joint was sold out
Where was it at?
at the Fillmore.
Or
We was all there, bro. I'm talking about like the next day or 2 days after that, they announced how crazy shit was, and I was like, damn, everybody was shoulder to shoulder 2 days ago.
damn.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No, it was because we was in VIP, so we on a balcony, but the balcony was packed. Like
The
the,
balcony was
VIP was
packed.
packed. Like I seen a youngin that used to be down Finley up there with his homies, and it was so crazy. I was about to kick them out the section. I'm telling his man like, yo, who you here with? And then he like, Rube, Jay, what's up? I'm like, oh shit, why you ain't say something, bro? Y'all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Give me some weed though.
Yeah.
I need to roll something up, like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, like on some regular shit.
Gutter
But like,
shit,
it was that packed in there that night. The niggas was just maneuvering in the sections
Yeah.
and shit. And I'm like, yo, this
Niggas
is
had to
wild.
find their place.
Next thing you know, whole city shut down, and all you heard was explosions and sirens. Sirens.
Listen, you keep
That's
saying-
all you heard after
Everything
that.
slowed down.
But that's something I want to ask you about too. Those times when everybody had to take the same hit, where was your mentality at? What did you learn? What did you lose? What did you grow from?
My time became more convenient for me. Like I applied myself better.
Well,
Like
less
I
to
locked
do.
in. You know how they was saying people was going crazy. People, I was like, man, I know what the fuck to do. It was a time when I was locked up. I was leaving jail just to go to the studio because I was on work release and I had to go back to the jail every night for a year. You feel me? Because of a dumb case I caught because I wanted to be dumb. But like,
Yeah.
you feel me? I already knew how to lock in. That made me just resort back to the time when I was booked and I was wanting to get out to do music and shit
Right,
like that.
right,
And
right,
so
right.
I locked in the same way.
Yeah.
I just know how to. I was like, it was
You
like a
have a lot of
self-triggering.
That's a crazy ass.
You
I
have
was
a
about to
lot of control
Discipline.
over your mental, bro.
Yep.
I had to discipline myself though.
I don't even
Discipline
know if
come
you
hard.
know how rare. Like you don't have.
Yo, you
5
gotta
friends that
understand
think
how
like
many
you, bro.
people I
I'm
came
sure.
across. I'm talking about shout out Wallo. When Wallo first came home, I was around Wallo, and Wallo was telling me stuff like, "Yo, stay focused, locked in, like stay locked
you know
in."
the
He was
Wallo
texting me.
Wallo.
Yes, I know Wallo. I'm talking about. I know him from when he came home. Like I don't know him personally, but like
No, but you.
I feel like I know him forever. Once I feel like he was my old head. Once like I was like, yo, this nigga I had love for me to tell
But
me
you
this type
also
stuff.
met him during his rebirth.
Right,
It was a new time for him.
I know.
So
Man,
like
shout out
that
Low,
is you
man.
can kind of know.
Shout out
Wallo.
Low, man.
Just think about it. Like you did know the original Wallo in the sense of when he came home and was strategizing to be the greatest odd couple Philly ever seen.
For real,
Mm-hmm.
for real,
You know what I mean? And you was there building with him. He was building
real.
with you. You was building with him.
for real,
You were part of that.
for real, man.
Like these things matter, bro.
it do, the
And we
thing-
look at it like because it go by so fast.
It do, but like at the same time, man, you come across so many people that play their role and know how to play their role. Like some people don't know how to play their position, and everybody just do their due diligently. You feel me? Like I do my due diligently. I don't overdo myself. When it comes to somebody coming in here working, if they need me to be an engineer, I'm playing my role as the engineer that day. I'm not gonna be a writer, your producer. If you ask me, bro, I just need you to engineer me. I produce. I'm an artist myself. I just need you to engineer me. I'm locking in. When somebody come around and they just giving you jewels and gems, obviously they been somewhere where I ain't never been, and they got some information
how
they
to
can
be a
share with me,
student.
and I know how to be a student. That makes me a master later in my life. So
I was about to
I'd
say,
rather
one day
be a
the student
student
be
longer.
the teacher. So
Huh?
one day the student is the teacher.
One day the student is the teacher.
I've been learning from a lot of people that are in your position in my life.
Mm-hmm.
People that I was around when they was younger, and I was hoping the best for them. And now they're doing things, and they're showing me things. It's motherfuckers that's helping me build my brands as we speak.
Right.
You know what I mean? That could have been any fucking way.
Right.
They could have been in trouble. They could have been the president. These motherfuckers could have been any fucking way. But they back in my plays, and they're influencing my thing. You see what I'm saying? And my thing,
Sure.
the thing about it, and you can relate to this, and you can too. Like when we was in the car smoking weed, talking about your magazine. These
On
are
the same-
ideas.
Oh yeah.
This is an idea. This is just something that is in my fucking head at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's going to happen when you put it on paper, when you build the structure,
That's the best
when
thing,
you
though.
put it out. And it's the anticipation is kind of what drives you because you want to, you know, you can
Tryna
win.
find
You want to
out.
win. You know you're
Right.
supposed to do it, right?
Yeah.
But then once you break that once you cut the tape and the people show up,
Yeah.
nigga,
It's over. It's no
it's
going back.
nothing like,
No
like
going
That's
back.
true.
It's no
like,
going back.
that's
bro.
very
was,
true.
This was nothing.
Right.
Now it's
I told
something.
somebody, yo, this is the
Bro,
this
this
probably the
was
least thing I ever
nothing.
do. Probably this probably the smallest thing that I'm grateful for it. Right. This is probably the smallest thing I ever do.
But just think
Telling you.
about that. Just think about with
That's-
that mindset. This was nothing. And I walked in here and I've been
was
in all the.
something. It was-
I've been.
Shit
in,
was hard. But
I mean, you saying this is nothing?
it's probably gonna be the smallest thing I do
in
because I got
comparison
so
to the
much more I
grand
want to
scheme.
do. Like you were saying, bro, like about the shower, rubber
Talk about
mats, and you hear and they hear it catch the mat catching the hair
Yeah.
before it go down the drain. Like why we ain't do that? You feel me? Like it was so simple, but like you got to lock in. And your time gonna come. Like my time gonna come. Your time gonna come. Our time
So
gonna
it's
come.
Right
funny.
now we having it.
We
The
definitely
thing
have
is,
it.
Having
it's
it.
greater later.
But you gotta stay
you gotta
focused
be
though.
appreciative
And you gotta,
of it now, and we gonna.
but like
party
you
later.
said though, bro, you told me this. I remember this probably like 20 years ago, or yeah, probably like 20 years ago, at least 15. But it's a lot of people who make progress, and it's not about the talent that they have. It's about the drive. It's about what you put in. So you gotta stay focused and you gotta maintain, because you can be the most talented person ever. But if you're not putting that work in, you ain't going nowhere.
That's that hard work outworks talent shit. But
know what I'm
the,
saying?
the
Sure,
meaning
South,
of
yeah.
success is when hard work meets when preparation meets
Meets
opportunity.
opportunity.
Say that again.
That's the definition of success is when preparation meets opportunity.
Right.
So when motherfuckers be like, yo, opportunity knocks, you gotta be ready for it. That's what that means.
Right.
Like you not guaranteed. Like you heard the biblical story about when the guy, it was a flood and they sent him a boat and he said, God gonna save me. They sent him a ship. He said,
He
God
ain't get-
gonna
he
save me.
ain't get it.
Said he-
Yeah.
And then when he got to heaven, he said, God, I thought you was gonna save me. He said, I sent you.
I sent you.
Like
this. Yeah.
you have to be prepared to get on the fucking, even if it's a raft.
Right.
Cause sometimes it's a raft. Sometimes somebody take you on tour and you don't get a per diem every fucking day like everybody else, and you don't have a
Eating
designated
stipend and-
bunk on the bus.
Yeah.
You got to sleep on the chair in the middle of the
That been
fucking
me
joint.
before.
Like sometimes, you know how many niggas is big now that did that.
Yeah, I do.
You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand, and it's not about being grown. It's about, that's the ref,
and locking in,
and I'm trying to get somewhere.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not gonna be foolish about it.
Right.
But every opportunity don't come with a paycheck.
Right.
Sometimes opportunity is just like you said. You was put in a position where you was around people that influenced your mindset and told you
And
you
I ain't
was
have
dope.
I ain't have to
when
go
you
with
thought
it.
you was good.
I ain't have to go with it. I could have been like, no, fuck that. Like, I could have just been like, no, I ain't knowing that. And I would have lost out on so
That's
many
y'all
opportunities.
shit.
Yeah, that's
You
your
could have
shit.
hit him with the that's your shit. I got y'all, but that's your shit.
I just know how to apply myself. I knew where I wanted to be. I even know still what my goals are. I still got 10-day plans and weekly plans and monthly and yearly goals like that. I'm working towards.
Give me a 3-year example.
A 3-year example is like real estate. Like, I want to own apartment buildings. So I be studying Greg Parker. I be looking at people that are on Greg Parker, big business, like Young G. Shout out Young G 215. They hard workers. He young, but his dad like set up something. His mom and his dad set up something that's going to like influence their whole community. So I study that. Why not study that? That's where I want to be in 3 years.
And I got some people I can put you in contact with when you're ready to.
Yeah, and I'm all for it. I'm
in a dope real estate league. Shout out to Nicole Purvey. I'm in a real
shout out to Nicole. That's one
Nicole.
of my people's.
Yeah, Nicole. Shout out and Tracy as well. She's a part of it as well. But
we gonna have Tracy on here soon.
yeah, but Nicole Purvey is dope. So she created a real estate league called Better Than Success.
Yep.
And it's about 300 of us, or maybe more now at this point. But it's a whole group of investors, real estate agents, contractors, lawyers, real estate lawyers, real estate accountants. I mean, it's just a whole group of anything that you need. And it's
the shit motherfuckers be talking about, but it be some pyramid shit. Except this is a real network.
Yeah, this ain't
like,
pyramid
you
at all.
always hear people say, "Well, I'll put you in a network where you can," but there's always a paywall or no. This is a legit.
No, we have meetings every week. I mean, everything is very resourceful.
And she's on the other side of the country doing her thing and just.
But she's from Uptown. Shout out to Uptown. She's from Uptown.
She in Quilly?
She's from a block away from Leeds.
Is she in Quilly?
Yeah, she live in Cali.
Right
Yeah, she in Cali.
Yeah.
She from a block away from Leeds.
Yeah.
That's where I went.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, and I don't know if that's where she was born, but she used to live right there, like a block from Leeds. So it's like, these are people that are accessible and they respect us. They appreciate us. So it's nothing to when you ready for whatever. For me to at least give you the opportunity to see if that makes sense for you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I want in, like, I'm so in search of resources right now because those are really my goals. So I stay on my goals. You feel me? Like,
so you said you on the real estate. What else? Is that the major? That's the.
I want to do
thing?
like film and movies, and I want to write a book. So right now I've been writing a book. I'm not gonna give you the title to it, but like it's a book coming that I've been writing for the last couple years, and it's going to take probably like a year or two more because I gotta still succeed a little bit more to get it fully out. But like, it's like, so it's going to help our community where we come from so much because I come from that, and I come across so many people.
More,
like,
you talking about financially?
I got to go through a little bit more. It's like I got to see a little bit more experience to write the rest of the book.
I just want to be clear because I know a few people that put out books in the last couple of years, and one of them wrote one in a weekend, one of them wrote one in 2 months. So if it was
how
a problem,
did those go? How they turn out?
Motherfuckers killed. I ain't gonna lie, yo.
Like in a bad way?
No, they killed.
They did good.
They did great numbers.
But it also depends on what the book is about.
If it's for your content, that's different. You don't want to rush that.
It's not really about content. It's about the mind. Like a lot of where we come from, a lot of the decisions we make is based off of the mindset. But the story's
not finished, is what you're saying.
It's not finished. It's not really a story.
If you was in a position where it's like, I need to make some more money to get it out there, no, I know motherfuckers will publish.
It's not even about the money. It's
so
not
if
even
it's
about
that.
It's about the experience.
It's about the experience and the understanding.
Take 15 months and figure it out.
Right.
But when you're ready, like I said, I know people that even if you don't deal through their company, they know the business.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And those are like more of the stretched out yearly joints. Then I got other ones. They're like, but I still got to experience more.
Right.
But I asked 3 because everybody shoots for 5.
Like,
but
it's like, I'm not Kanye. I ain't got $6 billion, and I ain't like 100 million. I ain't none of that. Like,
right.
But you're building your equity every day.
Yeah,
absolutely. And shout out to what you have right now.
I wake up and I earn every day. Like,
and you put shit out that has your name on it, that has the potential to be the biggest shit ever.
Right. And there's no telling which one might it be.
It only take one.
Right. It only
once
take
that
one
catch, you can make as many as you want.
Right.
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 So what I was going to say, so you was talking about resource, and I was just saying, like, one thing that I say is, one thing with our community is that we need, I think one issue is the lack of resource and access, right? So I think it's important that we are informed about the resource and know how to get the access to them. So it's something that you just mentioned, that you want to know about resources. So that's something I strive to do with On the Scene magazine, with providing that information. So I think that's really important and it's critical.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
So,
real shit.
The resources is my main thing, because a lot of people be stuck because they don't know how to go out and reach out for the resources. So a lot of
That's
people
true.
be needing resources to pull up on them.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Or the people that have the resources to pull up on them. My whole thing is going out and giving these people these resources. Like going door to door, like how the council members be, but like I'm not a council member.
Yeah.
I'm like just a regular person.
I'm a community member.
I'm a community member, and I want my community to be the right way. Even when I moved out of my community, I still go back to my community and
it's
do
your
community
village.
things. Yeah. Shout out Sherelle Parker, because Sherelle Parker told me anything that I have
Shout out
planned,
Sherelle
like
Parker.
she uptown. She said anything I have planned,
Absolutely.
everything I have planned, she'll back, because she know like my vision and my mindset, and I love
Absolutely.
her.
Shout out to
But
Sherelle
that's the
Parker.
type of shit that's working for Isaiah right now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Zeke.
shout out
Absolutely.
Isaiah
Shout out to
Thomas.
Isaiah
Yeah,
Thomas.
man.
Absolutely. That's
And
not-
that's what I'm saying. Like we are not much older than, but old enough from you that these are our people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
They
so
the community.
weird.
That's
When I
the
look at my Instagram and I'm scrolling, I look at my Facebook and I'm like, I know a lot of dope people doing dope shit.
Right.
Now the only thing I want to do is put them together so they can do dope shit with people that's trying to do what they, you know what I mean?
Right, so
Something
we can
along the
coexist.
lines, because that's how we build the thing where the money stays in our community more than 15 minutes.
Right.
Shout out to
More
Aunt
than
Brown, because I'm
15
getting Aunt Brown energy too. So
Salute
shout
to
out
Aunt
to
Brown.
Aunt. Shout out to Aunt.
Aunt
Like,
Brown.
Aunt
another
Brown.
one.
Aunt Brown. Aunt Brown.
Aunt Brown. Yeah, Aunt Brown. The
Aunt Brown?
little brown
Aunt.
skin boy that's doing all this shit.
Oh, I thought you said Ann Brown. She another council member.
Oh.
Aunt Brown.
Wow. Well, shout out
I'm
to her
sorry.
too.
You say Aunt Brown.
Aunt
Put me
Brown,
on
but your
Aunt Brown.
energy, because
I got
he's
you.
about you. I want to say y'all around the same. I feel like y'all more like the same age than
Yeah.
us. But he's doing some positive things. He's a community member, but he's like very positively influenced.
He's doing all the schools right now.
Yeah, I was about to say
He's
he
on a
killed the
school tour
schools
right now.
He is really like on a tour. He has positive information and positive. Like he's really like
And he makes dope music, but
He
that's not
does.
even like right now. It's not even about that. He's just giving up energy, yo.
Yeah.
And that's what I
it's
said. I
about.
said I'm feeling Aunt Brown energy. That's what I said.
Yeah, it's about that vibe and that energy, because that energy sparks stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
I ain't know what Pac was talking about. Pac was like, I mean, I spark the brain, but I might spark the brain.
No,
that spark
that's
the
one of
brain.
the illest things I've ever heard
Whatever
in my
he
life.
said something like that. I don't know exactly what he said.
I might not save the world, but I'll spark the brain that saves
Right.
the world.
Right.
Which like it's kind of the mentality. It's part of the mentality that I have. It's like with the recognition of how many people done shit for me that didn't have to do shit for me, and died shortly thereafter. Like I wasn't even able to have a lot of time with these people, and they done so much for me. I don't mind paying it forward, but the more I pay it forward, it's more motherfuckers doing shit.
Right.
Like this situation is an example of that. These are two people that bought into the nothing that was in my head.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't do this without a font production. It wouldn't be as good
Shout
a
out
show.
K.
It wouldn't be as good a show without a female.
Stop.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That knows how to like put up with the Sammie shit.
I understand. I understand.
Because it's a lot of Sammy shit.
I always, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a whole lot of with everybody.
No.
We got it. Ab Lava told me. Shout out Ab Lava.
Shout out to
Ab Lava
Lava.
was like, yo, always leave, because I'm over impulsive and I be over aggressive sometimes. Ab Lava was like, yo, always leave enough room for people to be themselves, and like let other people work with you, not just like get what you want all of the time. You feel me? And I had to take that. I had to eat that. Like, damn, because I felt it. I was like, damn, that really applied to me.
You know,
Because I
what, a
thought
lot
about
of
it, but
your
I couldn't understand it about myself. Like, I was like, that's something that's like a little off.
As a journalist, it kind of makes me think of like to just also not over ask questions and let people speak and not over speak them.
Yeah.
So it's something I can relate to also.
Yeah, a lot of times people ask a question and answer their own question, telling you
That'd be
how
me.
to answer their question.
No, that'd
be me. Yeah.
That's too
That'd be
much.
me all of the time.
Right.
That's too much. But
That's me too personally, not even journalistic. Like
But honestly, like the reason that you were in a position to learn the way that you did, and I don't know if you realize this, is because you started so young. If you're the same age as me, as far as an Ab Lava, and I see this flaw in you, I'm judging you differently.
Right.
But if you're younger than me, I see that the only thing you need to do is tweak this, and you could be great, and you might be humble enough to accept it from you,
Right.
and not start to go on YouTube and make a fucking rant because I told you to be a better man. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
that happens. Yeah.
But
that
so I
happens.
think beyond age, I think that also your openness. I feel like for anybody, just
no,
to
I
be
think
able
his
to accept
energy is
it,
a
right?
big part of it. But I think that when it comes, we in Philly.
Yeah.
Niggas do not just give it up to niggas on a constant basis like he gets it. So
And
you
people
get what
don't
you
receive it
deserve.
either. People don't receive
But
it.
it's because of how the last person didn't receive it.
Mm.
You had to bring their guard down in multiple ways. One is your personality. Two is your talent. Well, your talent might be first. You know what I mean? This ain't in order.
However you would put it.
You see what I'm
Not
saying?
chronological.
But at the same
That's
time,
subjective too, depending on who you're dealing with.
but at the exactly, it'll rotate. But at the same time, it's like, but you know what? I've been around this shit so much. If I tell him this, he gonna hold that, and that's fine. That's not a big adjustment for him.
Hold it by what means though? What you mean?
If I tell you something as somebody that you respect what I've done in the game, you know that I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I tell you, just like you said, he told you, yo, leave space. And you was like, damn. And then you was like, you know what?
It stuck with me for two
You
days.
had
I
to
was thinking
really
about it for
think
2 days.
about it.
I was thinking about it while I was cooking breakfast. Like I was like, damn, he said this to me. Cause I know where he at. So for you to be around Kanye West, for you to be around all these people, Pharrell, he had me on the phone with
He's
Pusha
writing
T.
for everybody.
He had me on the phone, you know what I mean, with Saha.
Dope,
It's like-
dope nigga.
I'm talking about he had me on the phone with Saha.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Garcia
Blessings.
pulled up on me one day. I was like, bro, I was just on the phone with Saha, bro. Like Garcia, like you feel me?
Yeah.
Like I was on the phone with Saha, bro. Like I was asking, I was like, damn, I want to do this project and hop on this project and be a part of this, and he put me on the phone with him like that. So why wouldn't I analyze what he said? Like,
And that's all niggas really want you to do, bro.
yeah,
That's why what we saying and what I've been trying to reiterate to you through this conversation, which is weird because like I said, I started with he one of ours. So it's gonna feel a little different when I'm talking to him. I'm gonna be bigging him up the whole time because I've been waiting for this opportunity to sit down with you.
yeah.
And he hasn't been
Even if you ain't say that, I would have still gave you it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but at the
You,
same
bro.
time, it's like we don't realize how like we earned most of the shit we got. But two, we came from worrying about who was going to get the 5 wings and the fried rice tonight.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When we was in them studios, bro, we used to order from the same Chinese store every night because they delivered Dutchess.
For real. Right. I remember.
Niggas ate wings every night.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was supposed to be at school, and I would be recording down H crib with them until 5 in the morning, and I still go to school the next day. My mom be like, "Why you just coming in?" She'd be mad at them, like, "Y'all bringing him back at 5 in the morning?" I'm bringing my computer back in the house, and I ain't had money to get to school, and H had dropped me off some money or something like that, like,
Because H always
you know what I mean,
was
like,
in the mix.
just being, they still was like, yo, I can't even make this up, man. Like they still try to keep me in school. I wanted to drop out. They tried to keep me in school, and they was out of school. They dropped out of school. They like, no, stay
They
in
all dropped
school.
out.
So it was like I had the opportunity to fuck up the hardest way on my own, and I didn't. You feel me? Like I stayed on it, man. Like that's the only thing. I feel like people just gotta stay locked in, like how you said. Like when she was going over her, like on the scene, and you was trying to figure everything out, like you just stayed focused, and it made sense at that point, at that moment. It stayed sense. It made sense. I meant like it don't matter if it take a year. At some point, it's gonna make sense. You just gotta stay dedicated and stay focused and locked in. So this would have happened regardless. Like I was gonna give it to you whether you was to be like he one of ours or not, because it's a fact. I am. I already know that though without you saying that. And that's authentic. I deserve to like
but
say this.
I want you to operate like that. I want you to know if it's a resource that you're looking for. I don't give a fuck if it pertains to drain cleaning, roofing, or fucking music. If you trying to figure, if you need a vocalist real quick or something, you got somebody in here that needs somebody to let me know and let me work and see what I can do for you, because we owe each other that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm here for that. It don't take much for me. I just need a couple
appreciate it.
minutes to reach out to somebody, and if I can, I can't.
Likewise.
But don't be without.
Never. I learned that.
If I can help, reach out to me.
I learned that. I'm always
And
gonna
don't
reach
ever
out.
assume I'm the Yellow Pages.
All right.
Don't
I
ever
like that.
assume. You
I
know
like
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm the Yellow Pages, bro.
Right.
I like that, man.
And that's what I wanted to be, and that's what a lot of the things that a lot of the energy that you providing within response to where your mindset is with the shit we're talking about is like you one of the people I want to help more than a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I want to help
because I know that you'll do it for somebody the fuck else.
Right.
I know that you remember when shit happened, where it came from.
Because people act like they don't.
Yeah.
People act like they don't remember.
More often than
I give credit to people that did me dirty if it came down to it.
If
I still give them their flowers. If they did me dirty,
positive and then some fuck shit happened,
I still give them their flowers.
Because that still exists. That part still exists.
And I won't tell the world what we've been through. I'm just gonna give you flowers.
Yeah.
Please believe I'm holding.
Just like that, it's gonna be like I'm going out the realest. Like I'm going to be that representation of what it means to like give it your all and do it for my people, because we already counted out. I'm not even going to say it's white people against us. We already against ourselves. We all go through so much stuff individually. It ain't about being white, black, Asian. I live on a block full of Asians, and they care for each other gardens. If one of the people wake up sick, the other person curing their garden and taking care of their garden. So it's like we got to be that for our own people. And I mean all people, like whoever your people is, be that. Like, you know what I mean? That's what you gotta do.
That's one of my things.
Anything you ever need from me, call me. I don't care if it involve money or not. Like, it's like that's why I'm here.
Right.
Any of y'all in here,
we're gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna come through here and get some work done with you, man, because that's only right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's only right. We gonna get it in, and I'm gonna spend some money with you to produce some shit for me.
Thank you.
Because that's full circle for me. That feels good for me.
Likewise, man.
You know what I mean? That feels good for me. That ain't got nothing to do with how anybody else will perceive it or what come out of it. Whatever we do is gonna be dope.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you ain't bullshitting, I ain't bullshitting. If you guys do it again, we gonna fix it.
At all. Yeah. If I was bullshit, we wouldn't be here right now.
Right.
No, real
Clearly.
shit.
You know, a lot of people say anything.
He's been in great communication with me this whole time.
And we could have talked more. I don't want to be over assertive. I'll let y'all ask the questions.
You know, you good.
I might ask a question and answer my own shit.
Well,
real shit.
The one thing
we the same. Like
the one thing about it is I'm trying to be respectful because I didn't know if you had anything else coming in after we was done.
We can push it, man.
All right, so we can talk. We can talk.
Well, I'm actually about to. It's my turn, but I gotta make an exit.
So you gotta roll.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what we gonna do.
We kind of pass it, but like, hey, we could stay here.
All right, so this is what we gonna do. Saf, I need you to say your salams.
All right. Well, you already know it's your girl Sai from On the Scene magazine. Check us out. We just dropped a dope release a few days ago. So onthescenemagazine.com. We always have the greatest information for you, from education, entertainment, edutainment. Make sure you check me. The Fly Girl also. You can check me, my Fly Girls. Oh, I'm over here with it. Check me, my Fly Girls, every Friday on Glockaway, the greatest station in the nation. And I'm always with my bro. We got happy hours on lock on Thursdays. Check us.
Where that's at?
Wherever you can find
Glockaway Radio, YouTube, Facebook, fucking we on everything now except
It's a www.com for it.
Yeah, it's a Glockaway.com.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Who else do that? Is that
K is a Fly Girl as well.
That's EA from Uptown.
EA show.
Yep.
Shout out EA.
It shows right after the Fly
the real
Boys.
EA.
So it's the Fly
EA,
Girls.
but shout out EA Uptown. Big homie, what's up?
So it's the Fly Girls from 3 to 4. It's the Fly Boys from 4 to 6,
And then it's
EA's
EA
after
from
8.
6 to 8.
Yep.
So he's right after me.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm smelling that.
No,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So you
man.
already know.
That's why I say when I'm like, if you pay attention to this shit, Uptown is everywhere.
Yeah,
this motherfucker, bro. But
We every there. We always there.
I'm gonna give my man another like 10 minutes real quick.
All right.
And I appreciate you, sis.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
already
Saf.
know it's all love. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Again,
Pleasure
I love the
meeting you.
studio. This is a dope studio. So
Again.
y'all definitely make sure y'all check them out. For real.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That part.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me
You
exit.
like that? Yeah. You got it. You good.
Let me take my shot. Y'all already know. Hold on. Let me do this. You already know.
Yeah.
Oh. Go ahead. You might as well finish it. I was going to take it with
I
you.
got 2 seconds.
I'm about to say she about to do another one.
You already know. And get your Sam Danas in all them colors too.
Sandanas.
Sam Danas.
Sandanas. I'm sorry.
Sam
I'm over it
Danas.
now at this point.
Yeah, bandana with a
Sam
S.
Danas, every
Sam.
color. Make sure you get them because I got all the colors. Make sure you do that too.
I need a red.
I got a
It's burgundy. We got
I got a burgundy,
we got black,
a
we
green,
got
and a black.
Let's
Where'd that
go?
go?
We get new colors too.
Well, I actually
me
don't
when.
have no more black.
That's cool.
No.
Ooh.
No, she a
There you
bartender.
go.
She a
I guess. I
bartender?
really
Yeah,
wanted
they
more,
drink
but
more than us.
I gotta
Kai
get my
drinking with
kitties.
us? Oh,
Gotta
only
get-
K not
She
drinking.
said-
K not drinking no cognac. She ain't
She
drinking
don't
no
do
cognac. And you know what's crazy?
I drink cocktails.
I drink
Okay.
cocktails.
With that-
Shout out to Kay with the cocktails.
I put it over here,
And
bro.
we got the Sippin with Sammie glasses. What camera on?
Cause we sipping, we sipping, we
What
sipping, we
camera we on?
sipping.
Oh, all right. Nah, man.
Can I get a clink?
Clink. Yes.
Nah, man, salute to y'all for being some people that I very respect, always have had love for, and that are successful in the ways that I think that you should be. Even if it's not up to me, I believe that y'all are where y'all supposed to be, and I want to drink to that.
Drink to that. Right back at you, bro.
Hey, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do another round with Av later, man. Sign out, man. Let the people know how to plug you with you.
Hey,
you
plug in with me on Instagram at Every Ave. At Every Ave. I was about to say .com, but I got my website up, so you can go to soundgenius.com, right, and book a session, get consultation, artwork, direction, whatever you need. I'm gonna help you. Even if you ain't got the money, hit me. We gonna work it out. You feel me? Shout out SippinWitSammie and Sav. Shout out K. And Kai Music. That's the girl I was working with, but like she was on my mind. But shout out K too. She's very special.
That part, man.
Especially the VF.
No,
Let's
man.
ball.
Like I said, I appreciate the fucking hospitality, man. I appreciate your mentality also.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And I don't see nothing but greatness. I see what you've done. I see that you're forward thinking. So I can only imagine what else you will accomplish.
Thank you, bro.
But I can't wait to fucking see it. And if you get all the way up there, just find time to get a little grub, get a drink with me, and let's laugh about the old times, man.
Let's ball.
You know what I mean?
You already know what it is, man. We
You know what I mean?
we locked
That's
in.
how we got carried.
We're locked in. Hey, you
how we
saw
got carried.
Kanye give Beanie Siegel $50 million? I worked with Beans before I go a lot.
Nah, see?
I'm fucked up. Like, I'm just saying
Heavy
how
out
people
here.
spin back. Like how Z's helped me. It's my job to do that for everybody I come across that I feel like deserve that opportunity. So
And I
shout out
agree.
to all of the originals and shout out to the people pushing our culture forward, man.
Absolutely.
Yo,
Much love.
salute to everybody that's ever done business with us three, because if you know us as a collective, then you was a part of a family, and you still family with us, and we still proud of y'all, because it's not a motherfucker that we named today that's not doing what they supposed to do and not building and becoming a better version of themselves.
Absolutely.
Whether it's in and out of entertainment, but we was around some of the most talented people at their most vulnerable state, and we figured some
sure.
shit out together.
For sure.
And that's something that I'm never going to forget. That's something that I'm super proud of. I love that first floor in the duplex. I love the other apartment. I love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I love niggas being able to build their own state-of-the-art situations.
Absolutely.
After that,
That's love.
progression is a motherfucker, and we gonna be awesome by the time we say we ain't want to do this shit no more, man. Fly shit only, man. Sippin' with Sammy, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rook. If you ain't sipping with Sammy, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together, and you'll see more at Every Ave. Please believe me,
I'm sipping with Sammy.
as you should.
Nothing straightening but straightening, or a little bit of act right. Never gonna see me. I'm in the dark with a flashlight. Streets guess what my stats like. I'm broke, baby, my stats lie. You woke, baby, is that right? Baggy sweats, but that ass right. Like, what you know, what you need to learn. Word sister, you don't need a perm. Got trees if you need to burn, but roll a few, we ain't take a turn. We can chat even to a bit. Grown sweetie ain't new to this. 215 where I doing shit, but up top really do this shit. I ain't did it on the courts, like I ain't did it in the streets, like I ain't put up on the boards, like it ain't dirt on these cleats, like I ain't the one you call the game from, I'm the one you got your name from, like who you salute, one and the same, I'm the same one, but I'm rugging out the same gun, like never talk cause I had teeth, like never spoke when I had beef, like we them boys on the back streets, like we the ones that they pack heat, like same ones that they grab sneaks, like too fly, can never fall, like respectfully I forever saw, like